A merger of two titans of the 3D world, Nano Banana gets even more adoption, and you'll soon be able to edit in Premiere from your phone. It's Motion Mondays, and want to see something weird? Our friends over at aescripts and aeplugins have some treats for us this week. First up is a free tool, and this one is an oldie, but a goodie. There's an effect that After Effects users who have been around for a while will remember called UNmult. There were free versions kicking around for a few years, but then those went away, and now aescripts has released a free version of this effect for the exorbitant price of $0. UNmult is really useful when you have effects elements like dust, smoke, and lens flares that you need to composite over footage. Instead of using screen mode, which ties your transparency to the luminance of your footage, making it harder to composite, UNmult creates a clean alpha channel from the luminance. This gives you way more control in compositing. You can color correct just the color information without affecting the alpha channel. They've also launched PathLink on sale until September 20th for $8. It's essentially a stripped-down version of Overlord from Battle Axe, instantly converting Illustrator vectors into After Effects shapes, masks, or motion paths without losing fidelity. If you don't need all of Overlord's features like Figma integration, this is a lightweight tool that might be perfect for making Illustrator to After Effects path transfer fast and simple. So check those two tools out. The links will be in the description. Markerless motion capture keeps getting better, and Cartwheel is making it more accessible. Their tool drives 3D characters with a single camera video, no mocap suit needed. They recently updated their software for better foot contact, which may not sound like a big deal, but getting characters' feet to stick to the floor has always been one of motion capture's trickiest aspects. Looking at their YouTube demos, you can see the perfect foot sticking and natural movement. This saves tons of cleanup time. Cartwheel is pretty inexpensive. Their free plan gives you access to their motion library, plus 150 spins per month, basically 150 movements you can upload. Professional plans start at $39 monthly. It's great to see competition for Move AI that makes motion capture quicker and even easier. Time for a quick school motion news roundup. We recently launched Rive Academy Volume 2, nearly 12 hours of intermediate Rive training that teaches advanced techniques, including how to make a pretty elaborate hero section that's completely responsive for any website. Responsive design is kind of a new area for motion designers, and one that's going to become very important over the next few years as motion design continues spreading into other mediums like web, apps, and human-machine interfaces like car dash displays. Also last week, All Access members got to attend a live workshop featuring our friends from Reallusion showing off the newest version of Character Creator. Character Creator is a full 3D character creation solution that works with any 3D app, but works really well with Unreal Engine, allowing you to create stylized or photorealistic characters and map animation using rigs or motion capture. If you missed it, you can watch the replay in our community. Our All Access program continues to grow. We have over 2,100 students now, and over 9,000 projects have been critiqued by our amazing TAs just this year. If you're curious about upcoming courses and live events, check out our Coming Soon page for a sneak peek. After Effects Insider will be the newest course we launch next month. Nearly 12 hours of really deep-cut After Effects workflow tips to make you work faster and show you hidden gems inside this really deep app. Premiere Pro's new rotoscoping feature that EJ showed last week is impressive, but Adobe keeps shipping. This week, they announced Premiere for the iPhone, available for pre-order now and free on September 30th when it launches. Adobe's been trying to compete with CapCut, and now they're bringing desktop Premiere functionality to mobile. They promise seamless project transfer from mobile to desktop for final polishing. Adobe also announced Premiere Pro 25.5 with 90 more real-time effects and transitions. They acquired Film Impact a while back and now include those effects at no additional charge. These are effects that used to require After Effects with lots of keyframes and stacking, but Premiere's gotten so powerful you can do this stuff right in the app. It's really blurring the line between editing and motion design. There are also tons of quality of life updates, including better timeline performance, audio waveform viewing, and other updates. All the details are at the link in the description. What happened to Vimeo? If you've been around, you remember that Vimeo used to be where you found inspiration and studios' best work, but they've quietly fallen off with poor user experience and pricing changes that really hurt portfolio use. Just 2 weeks ago, Vimeo announced that they were going to lay off 10% of their employees. Now they're being acquired by Bending Spoons for $1.38 billion. Wow. Bending Spoons is a European software company that's bought Evernote, WeTransfer, StreamYard, and others. And the company plans to take Vimeo private. It's currently a publicly traded company. If they can improve and invest in the product, they haven't announced any plans yet, but maybe Vimeo gets a second wind. I'm curious what you're using right now for video hosting. School Motion still uses Vimeo for some things, but we've switched to YouTube for most content, and we use something called bunny.net for our courses resources if you're interested in that. But I'm curious what you are using these days. Please let us know in the comments. It's time to show off some amazing work that we found recently. First up is a video from an Austin-based studio called Proper for AG1, and this is just pure 3D eye candy. The lighting, the textures, the compositions, all of this is just gorgeous. Every single frame is a joy to look at. I love the little details, like the very realistic water droplets that are animated on the bottle. The design of the entire thing is just really classy, and the 2D elements integrated at the end fit perfectly. Next up, while doom scrolling on LinkedIn recently, I saw this incredible reel from an artist that I was unfamiliar with, Pacom Perton. What stood out most was just the design, incredible use of gradients and subtle texture, 2D and 3D, really nice animation, and well-paced editing. Seeing a well-edited reel really tells me a lot about his taste. He shows off a great eye for design, color, and composition. Next, I found another studio I was unfamiliar with, O Studio, based in London, has that cute hand-drawn human-created feel absolutely nailed. I think this style might become really popular in the AI age because when you see it, it's impossible to miss the human hand in every frame. The design is deceptively simple, but if you sat down and tried to create it, you'd realize just how difficult it can be when you're just relying on good drawing and painting techniques. Finally, our buddy Sekani Solomon over at Block uploaded this incredible piece for Tidal. This is right in Sekani's wheelhouse. Gorgeous, hyperreal 3D with great animation and moments where, even as someone who's been doing this for decades, you wonder how the hell they pulled it off. You are not gonna believe this, but there's another super cool tool that somebody made for the Blender community. This tool is called Tear Card Generator, and yes, it's a very niche tool. If you're working with cloth, fabric, or paper, anything that needs to have tears in it, it can be really difficult to get the geometry, textures, and animation for those tears to work exactly the way you want. Enter Tear Painter. This tool lets you easily add cards to the edges of tears, which can then have textures applied to them, including a bunch of built-in ones that ship with the tool. This nice low poly detail can be animated, and there are tons of settings to play with, like the density of the fibers and how curly or twisted they get. This is one of those tools that you are definitely not gonna need on every project, but when you need it, this will save you days of your life. For 15 bucks for freelancers, it's not gonna break the bank either. 2 surveys just launched for our industry, both requesting that you respond for accurate data. First is Andrew Price's State of 3D 2025, a 5-minute survey covering demographics, experience, apps, and earnings in the 3D world. Results will be public in 3 weeks. Second is Stash's State of Design Survey 2025, capturing your year's experience. Challenges, rewards, how AI and budgets are reshaping motion design, those kinds of things. It also just takes 5 minutes. The more artists who fill these out, the more accurate the data is going to be, and once the results are live, we will report back on this channel. Well, what do you know? Rive gets another big win. BMW's venture capital arm invested in Rive, calling them a company transforming how user interfaces are built. I've been on my Rive soapbox for years now. It's the most important new tool for motion designers of the past decade, opening opportunities that were mostly closed off until now. BMW agrees. Rive's recent design reel shows work perfect for car interfaces or any device really. As motion designers primarily focus on marketing and advertising, it's easy to miss the enormous opportunity in human-machine interfaces, phones, cars, planes, rockets. These interfaces are becoming more designed and high fidelity with animation and interactions, and Rive is becoming the tool of choice. It's a huge endorsement from BMW to invest and a great sign of things to come. One of the most interesting things happening at Adobe in the last year is that they're still developing their Firefly AI model, but they've also started allowing third-party models to be used in Firefly and Adobe apps. Maybe they're realizing that they're kind of at a disadvantage to other model creators because they're only training on licensed footage that they have permission to use while other providers are scraping the entire internet. In any case, this does give Firefly some new tricks. Now, inside Firefly, you can describe an image you want to create, and you have all these different model settings. They recently added Nano, aka Gemini 2.5 Flash. For some models, you do need to pay extra for the pro account. I signed up for an extra 10 bucks a month to play around with these models. With Nano Banana selected, I can click on any generation and say use as input image and then use Nano Banana to change it. I could say turn the guitar into a banjo and make the image look photorealistic. And it didn't actually make it look photorealistic, but it did successfully add a banjo while maintaining the original composition and most details. Adobe has also added these third-party models to their boards feature, which is in beta. It's a very cool tool that gives you a canvas to use all these AI tools in. You generate images or drag in any image you already have and manipulate it using AI tools while keeping all your generations in one place. There's been a lot of talk about Nano Banana lately because of how powerful it is. A clever artist named Alon Berg actually created a plugin for Photoshop that lets you use Nano Banana directly inside the app. You can name your price. He requests at least $9, but it works great. I used it to see what I'd look like with a beard. Because believe it or not, I've never actually grown a beard. If you're thinking about grabbing that plugin, I say go for it. It's only $9. But if you wait a little longer, Adobe is actually adding Nano Banana support directly to Photoshop natively in a beta update coming this month. Details at the links in the description. Our School of Motion student of the week is Mark Barnard from London, a senior UI designer at an experience agency. He has a slick portfolio showcasing interaction design and animation work for some big clients. He completed Animation Bootcamp and said it was the hardest thing he's ever done, but worth it, and is now in Rive Academy Volume 2. Mark's a great example of a modern motion designer. He understands design and animation and is now stretching into interaction design, which is an obvious place for motion designers to find new opportunities. Big news from Greyscalegorilla. They have merged with KitBash3D. GSG has been around for 16 years, helping launch countless motion designers' careers. Their Plus program is an industry standard with plugins, HDRIs, and 3D assets. KitBash3D is a 3D asset marketplace with detailed models and textures used for kitbashing, building environments from different sources. All founders, including Nick, are staying on, and there are no subscription changes currently. And both companies remain independent for now. My guess is that eventually all of the assets will be combined and available on one account with one price, giving 3D artists way more tools and resources. This is huge news, and I'm really pumped for the GSG team, and I can't wait to see what the extra resources that they now have access to are going to enable. Finally, Maxon has unveiled a brand new look for its growing family of software. A little rebrand, if you will. Maxon has been acquiring lots of tools over the last few years, and the look and the branding for all of them have been slightly different, so it kind of makes sense to do something like this. They're now unifying their design system across all their products: Redshift, Cinema 4D, Red Giant, ZBrush, and others. All the apps are getting new icons, including Cinema 4D. It's gonna take me a minute before my eyes actually recognize that as Cinema 4D. I'm just used to the old one, but I actually think the brand looks great. In addition to new branding, they announced their fall 2025 release and put out a 17.5-minute video walking through what's new, including improvements to Cinema 4D with updates to their liquid simulation tool, a unified simulation system so particles and liquids use the same forces and modifiers, better UDIM workflow support in Redshift, improved bump mapping, better texture displacement, and smarter scaling for materials and lights. They've extended their capsules library for After Effects asset packs. ZBrush has expanded Z-modeler functions, new effects and color grading options in Red Giant, and updates across all products to accelerate performance. Woo! A lot of news coming out for Maxon. If you want to dig deep, we will link to everything in the description. And that is it for this absurdly packed Motion Mondays. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any news updates, and head to schoolofmotion.com if you're curious to learn more about our all access program. That's it for this week. I'll see you next Monday.